first Chuckle Smugglers at Black Iris. Welcome to this lovely venue. If you guys don't know, it's a private social club. Looks like they're also becoming Richmond's next rock climbing gym. I'm not sure. No, it's lovely art. It's lovely artwork. You guys, we have a great show for you tonight. We have some of my favorite comics from Richmond. You guys are going to have a great time. You'll have to trust me on that one at first. Just a little housekeeping up front. Try not to talk too much during the comic set. If you need to have a conversation, just head out to the bar. Bar will be open all night. Also, one thing if you guys didn't notice, we have signature drinks named after each one of the featured comics. So try all four. You won't get a prize, but you will get hammered. So call an Uber or something. Yeah. I think that's about it. Are you guys ready for some comedy? Yeah! All right. You guys hear about the P. Diddy trial going on? Looks like it's on the news everywhere. Everyone's talking about how much baby oil he had. Made me realize, I don't know what baby oil is for. Like, why would you want them to be slippery? Like, if I had a baby, I would cover it in Velcro or something. Because let me tell you, you really don't want a baby getting away from you at a P. Diddy party. I was also thinking, why does Winnie the Pooh go by Pooh? Shouldn't he go by Winnie? Like if my name were James the Shit Pile, I would really appreciate it if you called me James. Have you guys ever heard that people start to look like their dogs after a while? You guys hear that? Yeah, I don't look like my dog. I do look like my dick though. You know, skinny, pale, anemic looking. There's a slouch. Balding. I don't know what's going on down there, folks. I think I have a case of PP mini-me syndrome. I have a friend, he talks in folksy sayings, like he says, I go as the crow flies. Like he thinks he's one of the wolves from Twilight. You know, usually he's early, but one time he showed up late, I was like, hey man, where were you? He was like, oh, I went as the crow flies. I came across a dead deer and I had to peck its eyes out. Not always the fastest way, it turns out. You know, the economy is not doing great lately. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to any news in the past 6 months, but a lot of people voted for Trump because of the economy, you know. But personally, I think if you vote for Trump for economic reasons, you probably have the foresight of someone that pisses their pants in a blizzard for warmth. I just hope you guys are enjoying your trickle-down economics. The other day, I saw a Ford Explorer. It had a novelty plate on it that just said SUV 4x4. That's not a novel, that's just a fucking label. That'd be like if I were wearing a t-shirt that said, depressed white guy, small balls. Like you're not getting any new information from it. You know what I mean? I have a sister-in-law. She likes to ask me and my wife dumb questions. Recently she asked us what kind of condiment each other would be. Like she's some sort of unemployed BuzzFeed quiz. Anyway, my wife turned to me and she was like, I think James would be mustard because he's astringent, he stains things, and he doesn't go well with sweets, but if you stick to wieners, you're in the clear. I was like, thank you so much, my beautiful wife. I said my wife would be fish sauce because she's strong, she's authentic, she's Asian, and her pussy smells like dead fish. I'm just kidding. It smells like a sweet Japanese cherry blossom. Whatever. Then my sister-in-law, she was like, what condiment do you think I would be? And I was like, oh, I think you'd probably be salt. because you're cheap and you show up at the dinner table whether we ask for you or not. So yeah, we're in family counseling right now. It's going pretty well. She's like, as long as you don't do your little jokes about me, or use that offensive voice. So you guys are cool, right? All right, this is just for your personal collection, sir? You're not sending this out, right? All right, just want to make sure. You know, guys, believe it or not, I used to not always say the best things. Like when I was younger, I would use the phrase, "you're so gay," like in a negative way. And I didn't even know what that meant when I was younger. But I think we should turn that phrase around into a positive thing. You know, say like, "you're so gay." You use fashion as a way to express yourself rather than making a boring choice out of fear. Or, "you're so gay, you found a chosen family and turned that into a place of radical acceptance." Or, "you're so gay, your favorite part of the Janet Jackson Super Bowl show was when she played Rhythm Nation." Happy Pride Month, I guess? I don't know that one. Guys, recently my employer has made me sign up for a calorie tracking app to get money back on health insurance. Isn't that messed up? Yeah, I don't like that. So what I did is I've just been logging gravy for every meal. Just biscuit gravy, chicken gravy, giblet gravy, and that's just breakfast. But then I found out you can enter your own food categories into that, and since then I've been subsisting only on dick gravy. Yeah, I'm great shape, you know, good protein content. I'm going to bring up your first comic of the night, guys. This guy, he's fairly new to the scene, but I really like him. I think you're going to enjoy him. Let's give it up for Chris Waller.
Really happy to be here, really happy to be here. I didn't know this was going to be an art gallery. I saw the walls and thought I was having an eco death. For years when I was a kid, my mom put us in swim lessons because she was very adamant about us defying stereotypes, which is very ironic because we were never at practice on time. My nickname was the question mark because I was tall, I was awkwardly shaped, and you didn't see me till the end. I never really had daddy issues growing up because I kind of accepted from the jump that I was a disappointment. Because he was like a star athlete as a kid, you know, made the school paper and everything. I had training wheels until I was like 11. Sorry, I smoked before coming here. Almost got it. Almost got it. Give me a second. Oh yeah. Best describe our relationship, right? Imagine you adopted a pit bull to protect your home. But all that pit bull wanted to do was play Magic the Gathering. That's us. That's our bond. I have a lot of friends in the in the film industry. So whenever they have a project, or they have a tip off to a project, they just give me a call. So I'm like a hitman that does vocal warm-ups. You know, every time they call me up, I'm like, "You got the money? How many headshots do you need? Have the wig ready." Yeah. A lot of them are trying to get me on Letterboxd now, which is it's like a movie reviewing website. One film buff. It's like Mecca for film bros, but instead of Allah, they worship a physical copy of The Godfather. But I could never really get into it because I can't take your think pieces seriously if I've seen you do coke. You with great power comes great responsibility. Do you remember when Chick-fil-A got like outed as being like homophobic? Do you think that like when that came out, it affected the cow's social life? You know, like they were coming up to him at the farm and it was like, hey man, I don't really feel comfortable grazing with you anymore. I got a gay calf at home. This friendship is over. You know, coming from the art world, I really hope AI kind of stays where it's at, because if it gets to the point where robots are walking among us, I'm gonna get racist. Yeah, this is a pretty safe and respectable neighborhood till them damn gigawatts moved in. Grape flavored oil, talking to that corrupted ass binary code. The Terminator movies radicalized me. I don't know. That's how I lose a hosting gig in 2060. Old robophobic tweets. I've gotten really into archaeology recently. I think it's so crazy how we just find regular objects from back then and it tells us how they lived. And one day someone's going to do that with us. They're going to find everyday objects that we used and see how we lived. And for that reason, I am terrified to buy sex toys. Because I don't want the last thing of my being in like 2030 to just be like an 800 horsepower fleshlight. Yeah. Now I've got my own exhibit at the Goon Museum. Time to found new fabric. My parents are getting older now, and my mom, she asked me, she was like, hey, when the time comes, are you gonna let me and your father stay in your house? And that really touched me because I had to look at her in her eyes and say, house? I don't think you have me raised. That'd be like if I have a landlord to hide you from. You gotta understand, my parents were like well into their 40s where they could afford to buy a house. So if we account for inflation, I won't get mine until ever. It's interesting though, because back in the day, I had my house all mapped out. I was gonna have a pickle fountain in the living room. Nowadays, I just scroll through Zillow and I'm like, 3 walls is enough. It don't rain every day. Do I need a roof really? I found out recently that the Harry Potter books take place between 91 and 98. And I found that really interesting because it means that it's very possible that Tupac was killed by a wizard. Like, he could have gotten Avada Kedavra and he's like, that's why I fucked your witch, you fat motherfucker. Very aware of how I sound. Yeah, bullied for a lot in school. They said I sounded white. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes. You guys can hear me. Sorry, ethnic vocal cords. But in addition to that, they also thought I was rich, which I'll take it. Couldn't be farther from the truth, but like, no one's gonna be like, I'm lower middle class actually. Like, I tried to use it to my advantage, so I would just go around threatening kids with connections I didn't even have. Like, a kid would try fucking with me, I'd be like, hey man, back up. My dad knows Diddy. This is 2012, we didn't know. But the threat has doubled in value since then, hasn't it? Chris Ball, thank you very much.
Let's give it up for Chris Waller, everybody. You can catch him June 26th at the Hoff. He'll be performing there. Our next comic, he's one of my favorite joke writers in Richmond. He's a very funny guy. Let's make it loud for Sam Nelson, everybody.
Oh wow, this is interesting, you know. I'm not used to performing on an elevated stage. I mean, I always knew I was above you people, but this is really something else. I love the decor, by the way. You can't see, there's a 3D element, but if you look at it from afar, you see a lot of like paint splatters and stuff like that. Very, very reminiscent of Jackson Pollock, if you're familiar with him. An interesting thing about him and about artists during the Cold War, you had Duke Ellington, you had, don't interrupt please. It's my time. You had a variety of artists who were actually funded by the State Department in a cultural push against the USSR. Now, I reached out to the State Department on behalf of the show. Unfortunately, they were all full up, but I'm happy to announce that each and every comic on this lineup is funded by ISIS. We're really going to get it done this time. Shout out to James again. Please give it up for our wonderful host. I noticed something wonderful James has done. He's made signature drinks for all of us that are on this lineup on the menu. He made mine come optional as non-alcoholic, and that's because I'm sober. Thank you. Now, when I say that, people generally wonder things, right? They want to know, like, I wonder if something happened when he was a kid. I wonder if it has to do with his parents. And it does have to do with when I was a kid. It goes all the way back to my birth, in fact. See, when I was a kid, when I was pulled out of the womb, they used something called a sugar tit. Now, what a sugar tit is it's a little piece of cloth that you take, you dip it into whiskey, you dip it into sugar, and then you put it in the baby's mouth. And the idea here is that it drunkens them up, gets them nice and docile, and then you circumcise them. So, all I can think is that the first time I got drunk, they stole part of my penis. I don't think it's really my thing. And they were, unfortunately, willing to do that to a baby. I'm 24 now. If I get drunk now, they might take the rest. You know, you think of a guy walking around perfectly smooth down there, it's almost nice. But then you imagine him in a much crueler fate. Imagine him with just the balls. Oh. Oh, indeed. Now, I've been practicing crowd work. Excuse me, miss, right in the front here. Just a quick question. Do you think that you could ever love a man with just the balls?
Oh, I do.
You do? And you are a very lucky gentleman up here. Hey, you know, if he can do it, maybe I can too. Somebody give me a drink. It's Pride Month now. How excited are we for that? How fantastic is that? Yeah. I love learning things about the gay community. I learned them from my gay friends. One in particular, his name is Corey. He taught me about this concept. It's the gold star gay guy. What the gold star gay guy is it's a gay man who, and this is a fairly low bar, has never slept with a woman. Interesting. But I learned that this is not actually the pinnacle. No. The pinnacle is what they call a platinum star gay guy. And this is a gay guy who, in addition to not having slept with a woman, was birthed via C-section. Now this is essential because it means that he has never once touched a pussy. You know, when I heard Gold Star, I was like, oh my God, like I'm an ally, right? But if they're giving out stickers and I don't get one, I know who I'm voting for. The platinum star thing, it's interesting, but it's not nearly as practical, because I heard platinum, and all I could think was like, wow, they give you airline miles for doing that stuff. How fantastic. No, I'm actually very normal about that, and it's not a problem for me. Not funny. What I don't understand is something, and maybe you guys have seen this, maybe you've heard of it, they're calling it pornography. Now, it's one genre in particular that really disturbs me. They're calling it stuck porn. Now, what stuck porn is, and I'll have to move this. Now, what stuck porn is it's generally a woman who's going around bettering her home. How fantastic. Until she is, of course, stuck inside of a various devices, either a washer, a dryer, a dishwasher maybe, and she's vulnerable. And what happens is a man comes and takes advantage of her. Boo! Now, I am so opposed to this. I think that it is completely inhumane. I think it is completely unacceptable, which is why I have made a pledge, and I hope you'll join me. I have pledged that from now on, I will only masturbate to free-range pornography. They're in a nice open field. They get plenty of sunlight, and the eggs just taste better. Now, it is weird how much I think the government cares about pornography. You'll find a bunch of different websites are now blocked. It's really, frankly, I'm an anxious person. It's a problem for me. So now, whenever I want to masturbate in general, I just call up my elected representative and have him walk me through it. I don't want to make any mistakes. How about algorithms? Is that topical? Awesome, he's clapping. He loves algorithms too. We got a big algorithm head up here, everybody. My algorithm is really weird. Now, they said that they're getting better and better every year, and there's actually a phenomenon where algorithms have been able to determine that a woman is pregnant before she knows she's pregnant and recommended her maternity products, just based on her searches and internet activity. And that's incredible, you know, it really shows anything is possible with this technology. And then there's what I get recommended. Recently I got recommended a Swarovski crystal minion. So they have a crack team just being like, she's pregnant, she's pregnant, she's pregnant. And then they get to me and they're like, oh fuck, child millionaire? I don't know, what do you think he does? I see all sorts of things on Instagram. My favorite goes a little something like this. There will be a loving and kind animal befriending another. What an unexpected pair. To be cherished. An orangutan accepts a tiger cub into its loving arms. How fantastic is that? And you see these kinds of videos and they all have the same music and they're all really wonderful, right? So I go into the comments because I'm like, who else is communing with this beautiful moment? And you look and there will be a few, but then there will be something pinned at the very top and it's always something like, demon emoji, eyes emoji. We only post the most brutal cartel shootings. Dude, how quickly we have forgotten the lesson of acceptance taught by the humble orangutan. That is brutal. Who is that for? Who sees that video and is like, isn't that adorable? Now where can I find a vato getting his head blown off? That's disgusting. I'm actually trying to fight this. I'm trying to go the other way around. So I've been printing out pictures of the heart emoji and mailing them to El Chapo in prison. It's really going swimmingly. Oh man. I will say, I don't understand all of the sensationalism around gangs. Have you guys been following the comedian about to ask if you guys have watched the news? Don't kill me, sorry. So if you guys aren't familiar with MS-13, are there any MS-13 heads in here? Any big fans? No? Okay. So MS-13 is constantly lauded as this terrifying group, right? These criminal thugs coming across our border to harm us. MS-13, these tattooed militants coming into your home. MS-13. Folks, I have to wonder, when did we, as Americans, become so scared of a bunch of 7th graders? Especially ones with MS. I told my aunt that joke. No notes. Nothing really to add. But she did ask me if I ever tell a joke and feel afraid for my safety. And I said no. So if you guys ever find me slung over a bridge with my throat slashed, egg on my face. Thank you guys so much. I've been Sam Nelson. Get your wonderful host back out there.
One more time for Sam, everybody. What a charming young boy. Sam has a show that he's starting June 22nd at Basic City. It is a benefit for trans youth, so definitely check that out. Yes. Yes, we like that here, yes. This next comedian, she's not on the flyer, but she is very funny. Please give it up for Alex Bear. This next comedian I'm very excited about. She hosted the very first open mic I ever did, so I'm very happy to repay the favor for this very funny lady. Let's give it up for Florence J. Foley!
Oh my God! That's crazy! I didn't even know that about myself. That's nuts. I also give mice lung cancer. I didn't know I could get paid for that. That's wild. Oh. We're just gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. Thanks for being here, everybody. I fucked up. Bad. I made a suicide pact with Schrodinger's cat. And I want to do the right thing, I just don't know if he's gone through with it yet or not. There's a, J.K. Rowling gets a lot of flack for being transphobic, and she should. She's very transphobic. But I don't think she's the most transphobic, like, fantasy figure there is. Case in point, Gandalf. His most memorable line is, "You shall not pass." There's a big name tag controversy. I like the nodding. I love when people nod to my jokes. There's a big name tag controversy up there. Why are you sitting on the floor?
It makes me comfortable.
Okay. Go off. I can't say anything about that. That would be a huge asshole. There's a big name tag controversy out there. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. Some people like name tags, some people hate name tags. I really like a name tag because I do drugs before work. And if I forget my name, somebody else can remind me. I make child pornography, not porn with children, porn for children. It's like the Wiggles, but way sexier. I'm always getting pegged as somebody who would enjoy anal. I've got a little bit of a problem back home. I've read all the research. I know you're not supposed to shake a baby. I've seen all the news. I definitely agree. Don't do it. But my baby's stuck in a yoo-hoo. I don't know how to get them out. Do you like yoo-hoos? I'm pointing at. Is it clear? I'm pointing at. No. Okay. No. Is it? Am I that drunk? No way. I'm pointing all it with the interesting hairdo.
You.
You said yoo-hoos, yeah? I was hoping you would say yoo-hoo. All right. Y'all ever be pissing and shitting everywhere, and you're like, God damn, there really should be a room for this. First, the stool that Liz. I've been hanging out a lot in my above-ground basement, just kicking it with my imaginary friend, state representative. I'm really trying to convince him to get behind UBI, but every time I bring it up, he's just like, universal booby inspectors. My dog keeps trying to gaslight me. He keeps telling me I did 9/11. Which, here's the thing. He says it in classical Latin. So of course, I've been calling Catholic priests, I'm trying to get one of them to come over, and they're like, they won't do it unless there's clearly a possession. I'm like, yeah, I already said it's my dog. To give you all an idea of where my love life is at, my last porn search was people who care about each other. I'm just like everybody in this room. I'm a normal, everyday human. Just like everybody else, I have a glove box. And just like everybody else, there's a box in my glove box. And just like everybody else, there's gloves in that box. But where I differ from everybody else is my glove box gloves are boxing gloves. I masturbate religiously. I don't want to do it, but my parents make me. I put the wrong dressing on my salad, and I regret. I'm an avid stoner. Anybody else in here avid stoners? Yeah. That's the most energetic That's the most energetic response I've ever gotten to that question. Yeah, I'm an avid stoner. I just really believe it's the best form of capital punishment. I think that somebody said hell yeah. I don't know. What the fuck does this say? Oh, you remember a couple years back, it was like maybe Bush's second term, where somebody, yeah, George Bush, hilarious president, right? No, I don't want to riff on George Bush. That's too late. It's too late. Y'all remember back in the mid-2000s when somebody, it was all over the news, somebody found a picture of Jesus in their toast?
Yeah.
Remember that? The same thing happened to me just the other day, but it was an image of the Prophet Muhammad. Yeah, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I'm pretty... I've got this weird thing... Wait, hold on. That's not how I want to start this joke. Fun fact. Steve Jobs paid Yo-Yo Ma, famous cellist Yo-Yo Ma, to play the cello as he died. And I was actually paid to tell this next joke to the Queen of England as she died. I've got a weird thing for Asian women. It's a sombrero. It was dumb. Which part? The way I started or the way I ended it? Which part? No, this is valuable feedback. Thank you.
It's a sombrero.
He gets it.
It's funny, it's funny.
Thank you. Hey, if floor guy thinks I'm funny, that's all I need. My coffee policy is exactly the same as my taxidermy policy. If you kill it, you fill it. I never know if there's not that many coffee heads in the room or if there's not that many taxidermists. So it's just, show of hands, who's a taxidermist? That's weird. Usually there's like 4 or 5 at all my shows. This is the only one. If I masturbate for charity, does that count as an honorable discharge? I think it's interesting that interesting hairdo. That was your favorite joke. I think the whole set. I don't want to do that one. My girlfriend is a ghost from the 17th century. She has the best boobies. I know, I hate that joke. I don't like telling it, but I have to keep telling it, otherwise I'll never get back my son. I've got a god complex in the... Zeus never pays his rent. Greek mythology, anyone? This one just says eggs, milk, bread. I don't... Oh, that's not a joke. That's my suicide note. There's 2 types of Jeeps in this world. Jeeps with don't tread on me license plates, and Jeeps with dream catchers. And they both listen to too much Joe Rogan. My partner keeps bringing spaghetti into the bedroom, and I'm like, yeah, I said I wanted nudes, but it's gotta be Lao Mein. Sorry, only half of these were good. I don't know. I've been in a feud with my mail carrier, so I've been mailing myself anthrax. And then just writing return to sender on it. We're gonna see who fucks up first. It's gonna be me. I smoke too much weed. I'm forgetful. I'm gonna end up inhaling some anthrax. I've got a non-binary friend, and they refuse to learn how to code. It's like, it's 2025. Get with it. Python, C++. I don't know how to do them. I just know what they're named. I got abducted by aliens the other week. They didn't run any tests or anything. I know you thought it was going to be an alien joke. They didn't run any tests or anything. They just heard I had a really good pasta recipe. Actually, now that I think about it, they weren't speaking Italian. Actually, now that I think about it, I was just in an Italian kitchen. They're alien to me! That's how I get canceled, is that? The other day, I was, and just for future reference, all of these jokes happened the other day. And the other day? Always a Tuesday. The other day I was walking my gift horse. I was leading them to water. And I was trying to make him drink it, and in the process I accidentally looked him in the mouth, and now I owe a witch a favor. I've been experiencing phantom pains for my penis, but I still have my penis. And my doctor says it just means somebody's talking about me during sex. I bought a trailblazer for the next time I go hiking. Wait, fuck! I bought a sports jacket for that. You all do it. I believe in you! This homeless guy came up to me the other day, and he said, "How do you know I'm homeless?" I said, "How do you know I'm talking about you?" He said, "Because you're doing it into a microphone." I said, "Yeah, but in the future." I just got here in my jerk-off powered time machine. Boy, are my arms tired. Some people say all cops are bastards. I don't like saying all cops are bastards because my uncle's a bastard. And he's never killed any black people. I've been considering getting top surgery. I'm gonna get my asshole sewn shut. This is my impression of somebody being surprised to hear that Sean Combs urinated. P. Diddy. I had to do one of those virtual things for my dad's birthday. What's it called? It's a seance. But get this, Afterlife, they don't even got 4G. I tripped on acid just before coming here because somebody just left it lying in the middle of the floor. Booyah. I'm gonna open up a restaurant that exclusively serves subs, and we tell them what to eat. I got pulled over the other day for weaving while driving, but I didn't get a ticket because the cop really liked my basket. I'll leave you all with this one. Let me reorganize because I moved literally everything on here. I went to the grocery store the other day, and the cashier asked me if I found everything I needed. And I said, no, I actually had some trouble finding the lettuce I was looking for. And they said, no problem, heads of lettuce, aisle 1. I said, yeah. I saw that lettuce. I'm really looking for a torso. I'm making a Frankenstein salad. They always say to end on a joke that's about produce and literature. So please, your host, James.
Foley, everybody. By the way, who had to go with the flow drink? Did anybody choose that? I think that's the best one. I would try it if I were you guys. Coming up, we got one of the best comics in the Richmond area. I'm very excited for this guy. Let's give it up for Cuzco!
I'm used to music being comments y'all seen so far? What's the first brother named Waller? Chris Waller, John, what's his name, Waller?
Chris.
He represented for the Negroes. I'm gonna represent for the niggas. You need more than one image of black, man, I'm just saying. But y'all know what you're gonna get. Like, he even different. He an African American. Totally different from a Negro or a nigga, I'm trying to tell you. Y'all better stop loving us in the same. It's like, oh, you said, you see? See how he just called out in the middle of the show that is some nigga shit. It's a comedy show though. See, it's a white show though, so they did not hire security. So take it easy. So no, it's all good. What's the PhD lady name that came up here? The smart comment. There you go. What did you say your name? Bear? Okay, yeah, she said, lucky, she's glad that mental disorders are not sexually transmitted. I was like, she ain't never had no Petersburg dick. Just saying, I done seen them go from Virginia State to Central State. It's okay. Sam, did I hear you right? You said you are doing a benefit for trans youth? Is Sam still in there? Oh, okay. Is that what he said? Yeah. Okay, I'm from Petersburg. We don't have things like that. I didn't know that they had trans youth. Like, how much does it cost for me to transition back to a youth? I'm tired of being old. Shit crazy. I would sign up for that shit, you know what I mean? Like, getting old is crazy, and I didn't know I was getting old until the young people started coming up to me, calling me Unc. I don't know your mama and your daddy. I'm not your uncle. Don't call me that shit. And I used to get mad until the other day some dude came up to me and called me Pops. And I said, no, call me Unc. Call me Unc. Yeah, Pops is real old. I'm like, nah, Uncle OG, because this shit, but you can't stop Mother Nature. You know what I mean? You can't. You know, things gonna change, your body gonna change, you know, hurt for no reason, sex is gonna change. If you young, have all the fun sex you can. Fuck all that good girl, good guy shit, fuck. For real, because you get older, this shit change. You can't do it like you used to. When you young, you be stretching first and shit, you be smiling, it smell good. When you get older, it stink a little bit. It be ugly, you just be glad to get it. You be like, hurry. But listen, honestly, when you get my age, sex is like war. You just want to make it in, accomplish the mission safely, and then make it back home to your wife. You're looking at me crazy. You're not going to go home to your wife, you piece of shit? I talk a lot of shit. It's messed up, dude, because I talk a lot of toxic shit. And my wife is like the best ever. And I say that because she made me. And a lot of them know her. So, no, but it's cool because, no, but she's not what's called traditional. She told me that when she met. She's like, I'm not traditional patriarch wife. I'm like, what that mean? She's like, don't expect for me to be the one that has to make sure the house clean and we got dinner every day. And I was like, cool, well, I'm not the traditional patriarch father. She's like, what that mean? I said, we did something at 1 o'clock in the morning. Don't expect me the first one to go look at it every time. Shit, we can switch it up if you want to. We did something. She was like, you gonna go look at it? I'm like, did you wash the dishes? What we doing? Equality or no? Because we can hold hands and go see what the fuck is going on. The gun on your side, baby. That shit cool. But it's cool. As much shit as I talk about, we're not breaking up. I know we're not going nowhere. It is more than love. We got a 4-year-old at home, and neither one of us want custody of his ass. That motherfucker terrible. I swear to God. Listen. You think I'm bullshitting? I can catch my wife cheating on me in front of me. I'll be like, you still watching the boy at 6 o'clock, goddamn. I ain't stopping nothing, shit. You can bring him with you, I don't give a fuck. That's why that's how I know we're gonna be together forever, because we talk so much shit. Couples that don't talk so much shit, I'm like, he gonna kill your ass one day, girl. You gotta talk shit. But them couples, you be like, I'm gonna get your wife. You be like, take her. Don't bring her back till Tuesday. That's when I get hungry. Them the couples that's gonna make it. Y'all married? How long?
8 years.
8 years. Y'all give it up for 8 years of marriage. This is RBA, so marriage in general is love, but still, like, so what's the secret? Pretending like you still like it. You don't have to answer right now. Okay, let's see what we're gonna talk about. Alright, so the world is crazy, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? Remember when presidential used to mean some shit? Y'all see y'all presidents, like, I don't even be wanting to watch the news because I don't like giving any energy, because I tell my wife, it's some bullshit, don't give it any energy at all. But I like watching people that are good at what they do, and they are good as fuck at being evil. I swear to God. Like, you heard talking shit about Musk? That was his boy a week ago. He's like, this car is shitty, it flows up, only nerds buy this shit, I only back this so he can back me in the fucking election. Y'all know that shit. This is signing executive orders the whole time. I'm like, God damn, dude. I wonder if he do that executive order shit at home and shit. Like, he get home, and they be like, we decided on tacos. We're having hamburgers. I just signed an executive order. You get the hamburgers, or I will have your ass in Guantanamo Bay. All right. If you're like me and you are getting tired of getting older, one secret is to hang out with people older than you. I started hanging out with my mom more. And I was riding with my mother the other day, and I was looking at her, and I had thought about some shit, because she had asked me a question, but I thought about some shit back in the day that traumatized me. You know how you don't want to bring up stuff your parents might have did that fucked you up. You know what I mean? Like, for real, my childhood, it was her fault. You know what I mean? Like, it was. And I ain't gonna say it like she beat me upside the head. Like, she didn't abuse me, and like, you know what I mean? She wasn't no host. My daddy was around. It was just like, and she had a good job. We had a house, and I went to school. I was clean, but it's just like she would never stop at McDonald's. You know what I mean? I was traumatized. I was like, I'm looking at her like, you know what I mean? And then when I used to ask her to stop, I don't know if y'all hear mamas like my mama, but she'd be like, we don't need to stop at McDonald's. Why? Anybody know why? We got McDonald's at home. Yeah, that shit fucked up. Ain't nothing more depressing than going home and see that Flanders burger on that square ass wheat bread. That is why I'm in therapy. Goddamn right now. That shit is fucked up. She's trying to make that shit sound cool. That's all right, I put some fries in the oven. Gross. I thought about it because I was riding with her the other day, and she looked at me and was like, I need to stop and get my medicine. And I was like, stop at the pharmacy. We don't need to stop at the pharmacy and get your medicine. We got medicine at home. And I took her home, and I made her a big ass glass of ginger ale. That's medicine. My nigga knew. Big ass glass of ginger ale. You don't know, like Canada Dry over the counter, but that Seagram's, that's that prescription stuff right there. That's what I got. Here go your medicine, baby. Drink it. It did not do anything for her diabetes. Just finished. This is stupid. I don't know where it's gonna go. I just finished making up with my wife because I didn't get her anything for Mother's Day. And she's like, why ain't you getting nothing for Mother's Day? And I'm like, because your son is 4. You don't have a job. You know what the fuck you doing? Like, you know? She's like, why you ain't giving me nothing? Because you ain't my mama. What the fuck? Right? I ain't know I was supposed to do that. And I thought about that shit. I'm like, you better apologize because Father's Day is this week, so I apologize. I made up. Okay, yeah, I told you I didn't know where that was gonna go. All right, let me see. Because I don't want to take none of the shit some of y'all heard. I got some new shit I'm trying to work on. But also, if y'all not doing nothing Saturday, I got a show at CSC Theater. I'm doing improv. It's called Improvisers Against Humanity. And they gonna give us, like, if y'all ever play Cards Against Humanity, you get the audience pick the stupid ass cards, and then I get to act like a stupid ass person. So please come out. I'm bringing all the niggas. Y'all bring some white people. You know what I mean? Cool. And bring some more niggas with you next time you come here. You know what I mean? Nah, because I like a mixed crowd. Because when it's all white people, I don't be knowing if I'm funny or not. They just be laughing. You know what I mean? And then I go back to Petersburg and do the same jokes. They be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who the hell is Marie Kondo, nigga? honorary social work degree from VCU. I'm working on my master's right now. It was cool. I had a show last week in Charlottesville. It was all white people. Me and James was riding out there, right? And it was crazy because I got pulled over by a cop. And I didn't know he was a cop. So it was an unlocked car. And he was plainclothes officer. So when he jumped out of this car, I jumped out my car. I'm like, what's up? He said, freeze. I'm like, why? And he pulled his gun and said, I am the police. And I'm like, slow down. How do I know you really are the police? And so he shot me. And I was like, to the shade, motherfucker. Everybody's a comedian. See, they're supposed, I forgot to say, look at him first to see if you're supposed to laugh at it. You know? Y'all wasn't supposed to laugh at that shit. No, nah, it's all good. I'm just glad that y'all are coming out to laugh during the fall of America. This shit is crazy. Now, honestly, despite everything that's going on, even though it seems like shit is getting terrible, I'm glad I do live in a day and age where I can finally come out, not be ashamed, and feel proud of the fact that I am a Washington Commanders fan. Woo! Yeah, that was the time before when you couldn't really come out and say that shit without getting chastised. People would shit on you. They don't even care. They just talk trash. Matter of fact, last time before I had this jersey, I was wearing it in the middle of a crowd, feeling good. This dude just looked at me like, ugh, Washington. Take that punk ass shit off and burn it over, bitch ass nigga. I'm like, God damn, I ain't even come here for all that. Do you always talk to your congregation this way back? Last time I wear my jersey to Tabernacle Baptist Church, I swear to God. I got a couple minutes left. Y'all want to hear some racist shit or some gay shit? A little of both. That sounds like some Diddy shit. It's Pride Month, so happy Pride! Where my queers at? Make some noise, I'm a queers, make some noise, goddammit! Celebrate y'all shit. I'm coming from a long line of homophobes, so I'm like the first generation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my family's so homophobic, even my gay uncle homophobic. Like, it feels good to feel woke. Like, it's crazy. Nah, because I didn't know, I wasn't raised around gay culture at all, so I didn't know how to handle it. Like, the only thing I ever knew, and it's a true story about gay culture, is like, it was a gay person on TV, my grandma would be like, look at them sissies. And that's all I knew. That was it. So when I started doing comedy, and I came to Richmond, it was like a culture awakening, because I'm getting called to do comedy around, can I say gay shit without being like, I would say shit, I don't put shit on the end, because it ain't shit, around gay culture, gay stuff. And I ain't know who to go to ask for advice, because none of my uncles ain't know what to tell me. I told him, oh, I'm doing comedy at a drag show. He's like, oh shit. I'm like, wow, goddamn, what's gonna happen? I was like, I figured I was just gonna do comedy and get him paid. I didn't like I should be scared. He's like, nah, just watch your back. I'm like, all right. I did the comedy and got paid. Shout out to the goddamn gays. They paid me more than any straight, so fuck the straight. Swear to God, I was alright with it. In fact, when they told me how much they was gonna pay me, I went and bought a dress. I was like, you know what? But then I took it back. Nigga. Nah, because he might tell my uncle. And my uncle was like, don't be telling people you gay. If you do, say psych no. I'm like, what? He said, you gotta say psych no so they know you joking. I'm like, I'm a comedian. They should fucking know I'm joking. You know what I mean? Also, I'm very secure with who I am, so I don't give a fuck what nobody think about me. You know what I mean? Like, when you secure with who you are, it don't matter what nobody say. I know I'm straight, so. You know, some of the guys I be having sex with, they gay to them. They gay, for real. But, oh, psych no. Just kidding, that nigga recording. Nigga back in prison. Alright, so that was some gay shit. How about some racist shit? I got a friend named Chad. He hate when I do racist jokes. Cause he white, but he get like insecure. I don't know why. I like, nigga, did you do something? What the fuck? He's like, no, I'm colorblind. When I see people, I'm colorblind. You can't shake your face at racism. I'm colorblind. I was like, you know how stupid that is? Like, you don't ignore the differences. Learn the differences. People that you don't know about, read up on them. Learn their history, learn their culture, and then celebrate the differences. You know what I mean? Don't ignore the shit. He's like, no, Cuzco, when I look at you, I don't see the funniest black comedian, I see the funniest comedian. I was like, oh, I get it now, okay. He's like, when I see my wife, I don't see my beautiful white wife, I just see my beautiful wife. And that shit is beautiful, I ain't gonna lie, but that shit, it changed when his wife gave birth because the baby came out black. And apparently that's the cure for colorblindness. Because he clearly saw that shit. I was the first person he called. He was like, Cuzco, I'm like, what's wrong, Chad? He was like, my baby came out black. I'm like, motherfucker, how you know? That you was colorblind. Was I wrong for that, y'all? Yeah, I don't think I was. I was probably wrong for sleeping with that man's wife, though. But, y'all give it up for y'all whole thing. Come on, Cuzco.
Come on, let's hear from Cuzco, everybody. Bring the Petersburg over here. I was just talking to the owner in the back. He was wondering, maybe I could get your guys' input on it. Do you think we should do this again? Do you think we should keep this show going? All right. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, keep an eye out for Chuckle Smugglers 2.0 next month. And I'm very excited for your final comedian tonight. Let's give it up for Charlie Wade!
Yeah, hey, what's up? Okay, yeah, I get it. I shouldn't go after Moo. That's fine. I'm gonna. He said he gives his wife diabetes through ginger ale. I don't have any joke funnier than that. That's fine. But I will say this before I do my act. I am selling merch after the show. I did all the art on the walls. I did this one, I call it a rock on a wall. One time I was just looking at rocks, I was like, they're always on the ground. What if they were... What if you put rocks on a wall? I don't know, I'm pretty deep. You can stare afterwards and pay me $25,000 for this. I don't know. Cool. I was Googling freak shows the other day. I like to Google stuff. I was Googling freak shows. I'm looking up Google images of freak shows. I saw this Google image from a freak show from the 1920s, and it said, like, come see the tattooed man. And that just made me think how low of a bar it was to be a freak in, like, 1923, right? All you needed was tattoos. That just made me think, like nowadays, like, I don't have any tattoos. I kind of feel like I'm a freak. It made me think, like, what would a modern day freak show look like? It'd be like, come see the non-tattooed man. Come awe at the monogamous couple. Come be amazed by the 100% straight girl. This girl, she doesn't even kiss other girls when she's drunk. In 2025, she's a freak. Put her in a cage. Throw peanuts at her. I don't know. That's what they did, I think. I don't know. I just looked at Google image searches. Is anyone else? Who here is delusional? Who here? Yes. Yes, I knew the artist was in the crowd. No, I'm very delusional. I'm delusional, but I'll like catch myself being delusional. I don't know if anyone has this. Like sometimes I'll have real, genuine thoughts that like I think are normal, and then like a minute later I'll be like, "That's crazy. Why did I think that?" Like this is a good example. Like the other day I was at the Popeyes drive-thru. I got like a chicken sandwich. They're like, "What do you want as a side?" I was like, "Oh, I'll get coleslaw." And this is the real thought I had driving away. I was like, I'm being healthy today. Instead of fries, I got a bowl of mayonnaise. I'm a real health guru. This is another delusional thing I did. It's kind of fucked up, but it's true. It's true, so that makes it okay. And I was taking the trash out behind my apartment. I was taking the trash out. I put the trash in the trash can, but when I go out to the alleyway where all the trash cans are, there's like a homeless guy going through my trash. So it's a little awkward. We make eye contact. We just kind of stare at each other for a second. We don't say anything. I put the trash in the trash can, say nothing. I just walk back to my apartment. And this is the real crazy delusional thought I had to myself. I went, that's my good deed for the day. I just gave that guy more of what he loves. Trash. I have an outdated Greek yogurt I threw away. He's gonna love that. That's hell yeah. I have a dog. Give it up for dogs. Come on. Sorry, that's cheap. That's cheap. That's boo dogs. Boo them. That's no. My dog's. He does a lot of weird things. Like one thing he likes to do. Sometimes he'll sit and he'll have a boner. And he just stares at me and he starts crying. My dog just gets like a full erection and will look at me and be like, oh. Pretty funny already, but this is another thing. A lot of times I like to imagine my dog is like a man. And then that makes me wonder, like, has a man ever tried that to get laid? Just walk into a room with your dick out, full erection, just being like, please, please. Please suck my dick. A bee flew in there. A bee flew in my pee hole. Suck it out, please. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a bee flew in my dog. No, I don't. Stupid. I lost a friendship one time over the Saw movies. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these Saw movies, right? You got like Saw 4. I can't think of another example. It's a whole series of movies, but like my friend, we were like watching that on TV one time, and my friend was like, yeah, those Saw movies, they don't scare me, because like, that would never happen to me. And I was like, well, it probably wouldn't happen to you. He's like, no, it would never happen to me. I'm like, okay, this isn't a fucking werewolf movie, okay? People get kidnapped and tortured and killed, so it's unlikely, but it could happen to you. And he's just like, no, I will never be kidnapped. I will never have a Saw movie happen to me. And that just pissed me off, and I had to prove a point. So I chloroformed him. He woke up in a dirty bathroom. The TV screen with a puppet on it. It was like, there's a Rubik's Cube up your ass. You have 30 minutes to solve it or it explodes. Yeah, that ruined the friendship. He solved the puzzle. He fixed the Rubik's Cube, but he was just pissed at me. What do you guys think about this? I want to go to a cake shop. I'm thinking of going to a cake store and ordering a cake that says, congratulations on the cake. I just want to just write my name. I'm giving it to myself. I just want to congratulate. I don't know, just something I'm working on. It's not a joke, but a plan. When I was in first grade, there was a rumor. There was a rumor in first grade that the gym teacher was sexy. Some of you guys are like, how is that a rumor? It's a rumor because me and about 7 or 8 6-year-old boys would whisper at each other's ear, Mr. Smith is sexy. So that's why it's a rumor. I started the rumor. I started the rumor because I didn't know what the word sexy meant, and my favorite song when I was a kid was I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt. And you never listened to this song? It's sung by these strong, bald guys, so I thought sexy just meant you were strong and bald. And that's what my gym teacher was, a strong, bald guy. So in retrospect, I think what the actual rumor was I told a kid, Mr. Smith is sexy, and then he told everyone else, Charlie thinks Mr. Smith is sexy. I'm 6, I don't get it, but people are laughing. I'm like, I'm crushing. This is so funny. I told my parents, I was like, Mr. Smith is sexy. They're like, did he tell you that? What? I'm like, no, he's so strong. I just noticed how strong and bold he was. No, kids are stupid like that. I don't know if you ever talked to them. Kids are stupid, especially me. This is another stupid thing I did as a kid. One time when I was a kid, my mom was pregnant with my little sister, and I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, what color is the baby gonna be? She's like, what are you talking about? We're white, the baby's gonna be white? But like, when I was a kid, I had a next door neighbor, who's my friend, his name was Nick. He was black, but he was adopted, so he had white parents. I didn't know what adoption was. My mom didn't want to explain it to me because of the sexy incident. And so instead of explaining adoption, I was just like, well, he has white parents, he's black, what's up with that? My mom was just like, oh, that's a great point, Charlie. We're just going to have to wait and see. And then the problem with that is then every time like a family friend or aunt or uncle would come over, they'd be like, hey Charlie, are you excited for your new baby sister? And I'd be like, we don't know what color she'll be. We're waiting to find out. Dad said he's leaving if it's black, but that sounds racist. Because I was told sometimes they just come out like that. Who here, if you grew up with divorced parents, make some noise. Oh yeah, divorced. I didn't. I didn't have divorced parents. Just like to point out the people in the crowd who did. Haha. My life's great. No, when I was a kid, I was jealous of kids with divorced parents. It always seemed so cool, right? Like, it just seemed like they could do whatever they wanted. Because I had very strict parents, right? Like, when I was a kid, like, we couldn't curse. If you ever cursed, we had to put soap in our mouths. I feel like that's fairly common, but the thing is most of the time when people talk about having to put soap in their mouths, it's like, it would be like a bar of soap. And my family never had that. Whenever we cursed, my mom would just pump hand soap into a spoon. Just make us eat that. It'd either be hand soap or it'd be like a spoonful of like hot sauce. And that's a hard punishment to explain to anyone that isn't white. When I was bad, I had to eat your favorite food. Hot sauce. Sometimes I'd have to dance. It was bad. No, but when you're a kid, you find out about these like replacement curse words. Like instead of the real curse word, they'll use a different one, right? Like instead of fuck, people will say like freak or frick. So I learned about these replacement curse words, and I was just like, oh, nice. I can just use this. I say that instead of fuck. I won't get in trouble. Legally, my mom can't make me eat soap or hot sauce, right? But you find out the hard way. You use your replacement curse word. It's just like using the real curse word. Your mom knows that. You still get punished. Like, I'll give you an example. I came home from school one time. I was like, hey, Mom, there's a new girl at school, and I'd really like to freak her up the ass and come in her face. And it turned out it really didn't matter that I didn't say fuck. All right, I like it, but I used to have a roommate who would mail order condoms to the apartment. I thought that was a little weird, so I asked him one time. I was like, "Hey man, why are you like ordering condoms to the apartment?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm too embarrassed to buy condoms in person." That's weird to me because I'm very excited when I buy condoms. I want everyone in the store to know. I go into a CVS, I grab a pack of condoms, I hold it up, I go up to the cashier, I slam it on the counter, I'm talking to the cashier, I'm like, hey, you know what I'm doing with these, right? Because I like buying condoms because it's one of the few ways you can prove that you're having sex, right? The only better way to prove that you're having sex is buying Plan B. And I'm equally excited when I do that. I go into the same CVS, I get Plan B, I slam it on the counter, it's the same cashier, I'm like, hey, remember me? I bought the condoms yesterday. They were too big. They were too big. Now I need a girl to throw up a baby. I don't know how they work. I don't know how the pill works. I don't know. I want to buy a gun. That's plan C. Get up at a sniper's nest. Some people don't like that joke, but let me clarify. I'm not shooting the woman. I'm shooting the baby's head as it comes out of her pussy. So it's not fucked up. That's all right. James told me, he was like, you're laxed, so you can do as much time as you want, which is the worst thing to tell a comic ever, but he did give me the light, so I am going to end it. I feel like you guys kind of like me, so I'm going to end it with this joke that it's kind of long, but I don't normally do it. I've only done it a few times. It's very fucked up. I'm going to say that first. It's probably the most fucked up joke I have. So I've only done it once or twice at open mic, so this is the first time I've done it on a real show. We'll see if it's funny. And it's based off a true story. So again, that makes it okay. I hate saying this because it makes me feel old, but like I hate talking to like a 20-year-old and like telling them like, Facebook used to be cool. Like, isn't that hard? It's hard. Like, no one believes you because it's like now Facebook is just your uncle posting AI stuff and being like, this is real. There's a giant man who made the pyramids. But there was a time, like in 2011, when I was 19, Facebook used to have just straight up porn on it, which is crazy. And I had a friend, I was like 19 in 2011, I was like, you know, a year out of high school. There's a guy I went to high school with. We were like close friends with him, but I'm friends on Facebook. And he would post porn on Facebook. He would share videos that would be like, I remember one time he shared a video that was from a page. The page was called, "If you don't like this, you're gay." The video was two girls kissing and jamming their tits together. And I'm sorry, but straight guys in the audience, we need to come to terms with this. Two girls having sex is actually gay, okay? I know it's counterintuitive. There's two girls, it seems more straight, but no, it's... Women are actually, they're like negative numbers. I don't know. But anyways, this guy would post awesome videos as a 19-year-old I love. At one time he posted a video, and then what he said above it was he went, "She nasty." All right, that's what he wrote. He wrote, "She nasty." This screenshot is a girl in a bikini. I'm like, okay, guess I'm gonna find out how nasty she is. This is where it gets fucked up. I hit play. I see this woman. She's on a farm. She's naked. You know, it's a close-up of her. She's in some sort of bucket. They start zooming out. There's something in her vagina. I'm like, what is that? What the fuck? What's in her pussy? They zoom out further. What was in her pussy was a donkey's penis. A donkey was having sex with a woman. And if you've never seen like bestiality before, first of all, don't. I don't recommend it. But when you see it, it's so fucked up. Like, I couldn't comprehend it. I felt like I was in like a H.P. Lovecraft novel. I was like, my mind can't comprehend what I'm seeing. What the fuck is this? It made me want to name my cat something fucked up. Google H.P. Lovecraft's cat if you don't get that joke. But it's really fucked up. But the thing that sticks with me the most, that pisses me off, is the fact that when this guy shared this video of bestiality, he wrote, "She nasty." That's a bit of an understatement, okay? I don't know, I would say something like, "She horrific." "She horrendous." "She against God." I don't know. Also, it's funny too, because that same guy who I'm like still friends with on Facebook, now he has like 3 kids, and he just posts about like picking up his daughter at soccer practice. I don't know, it's just funny. It's like this guy posted the donkey fucking a woman. Thank you for listening to that. I'll do one very quick one. I like to end it with sometimes. I went to the doctor recently. The doctor told me I had syphilis. I said, "Oh my God, doctor, you're kidding me. Are you telling me I have to roll a rock Up to the top of a mountain. Every day, only for it to roll back down, and I gotta start over and do that every day for the rest of my life. He's like, no, it's an STD. Put a condom on, stupid. All right, my name's Charlie Bird. Thank you very much, you guys are awesome. Let's give it up for King Chocolate. Woo! Slow, yay! Thank you, guys.
Give it up one more time, Charlie. Where is Thank you guys so much. That is Chuckle Smugglers. You can stop awkwardly ducking under the camera. Everyone can go pee in peace, but feel free to get another drink. Feel free to hang around. That's all we got for you tonight, folks. Thank you so much.